Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is GGF bringing you episode 134 of Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. 100 episodes in plus 34 men. And we're still going on this first batch of recordings, so hope you guys are enjoying and hope you're doing well in your own lives and in the world. We're in the Russet Wood and it's been wild. We're about to head into a cave. If you haven't seen the White March the past few episodes, I suggest pausing this one, going to check those out and coming back to this later so you get more of an idea of what we've been doing in the White March. Pretty fantastic and intensive stuff. We're about to head into this cave, which inside this cave might be the legendary wolf that Dirsch took issue with. Look at all these bones, son. Oh my gosh, this is going to be huge. Oh, it's a werewolf. Well, I'll be. Standing tall amongst the wolves inhabiting the cavern, this creature turns to face you as you venture forward. Scores of wounds and scars riddle its hide, and one dull eye stares out blindly from its skull. It growls a threat as you approach, one echoed by its fellows. You know this half-wolf for the spirit-shifted form of a druid, though you can see no gleam of Kith intelligence within its gaze. At the creature's feet lie two villagers, one heavily wounded. The other holds an arm across his stomach, and he looks up at you with pleading in his eyes.
Help! Please help us!
As the beast turns its head back towards the hunter, you sense a strange aura emanating from it. It's as if its hide were holding a tempest of soul essence, fierce and all-consuming as flame. Stop, I know what you are. Can you understand me? The creature snaps and snarls, evidently uncomprehending. It edges toward the nearest hunter, even as it watches you balefully with its single eye. Reach out for the beast's soul. It takes little effort before the beast's soul threatens to overwhelm you with its intensity. Wrath and hunger buffet you on all sides until you reach through the storm to find a smaller, dimmer pulse of light and are swept headlong into a memory. The chill bites into your cheeks and your lungs burn a little from the run. You look down at the little wooden carving in your hand and run your thumb along the edge of the carved bear's spine. The totem has already brought you luck. You found 2 rabbits and as many snares, and that's a rare enough feat these days. You're certain now that this was a gift from Galawain, that you were meant to find it on that lonely shrine and take it.
Soldier!
Your father's voice snaps you out of your reflections and you rush forward to rejoin him beside the campfire. You brandish the hairs and catch a glimpse of a rare smile under his graying beard. But the smile disappears almost immediately as a shadow falls over you both. You feel the rush of wind a moment before the log comes crashing down and roll out of the way just in time. You hear your father cry out in pain somewhere nearby, but the hairs and the totem slip from your grasp. You can feel power surging within you, your heart thunders in your chest, but instinct pulls your senses into order, and you feel the familiar stretch of limbs, the sudden dizzying shift in height. But something is wrong. Your senses are fading rather than growing stronger. There's a howling in your head like a screaming chorus, and everything in you shrieks for you to bite, to tear, to eat. The memory slips from you, and when you come back to yourself, the beast is shaking its head as if to clear an itch, clawing at its ears. Soldrin? I've seen this before. I don't think you're going to get any answers beyond growls and dripping slobber. The creature snaps and snarls. Rush forward to help the hunters. The beast turns from its wounded prey to face you, lunging forward with claws outstretched. Well, I didn't want to do it. And quest updated the hunter's favor. Bring down your quarry. Oh wait. Seems to have resulted in him becoming trapped in that other skin. Perhaps the totem has something to do with all this. It may still be at the old campsite where it was dropped. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, I've been making bad saves without checking the journal sometimes. Or bad choices. And without reloading at times too, because...
Sure.
Level up for Renee. I thought we did that already. Maybe not. Alright.
Help! Please!
Back away. As you draw back, one of the winter wolves suddenly leaps in front of the hunters, taking up a defensive posture. By the way it favors its leg, you recognize the wolf you helped in the wilds. So they're going to hold on to it, so we go back to the campsite. The wolf is going to help, is going to protect the hunters. That's pretty cool. Okay, so the campsite.
So, do you have feathers everywhere?
It's Josie.
You know, does your tiara match your tail? Forget I said anything. I rather value my viscera.
We've heard that in previous episodes, that exchange. I think the abandoned camp, or is it the old hunter's camp? Hunter's camp. Down here. So the totem might be down here. Did we pick,
And what do we have here?
There's the hunter's totem, potion of major regen. 12 golden shellings, and the hunter's totem. This skull-sized piece of wood has been carved into a stylized figure of a bear striding forward. There's a multitude of decorative engravings and gouges cut into the surface. So we take this and maybe go put it back on the Gallowayne shrine. Remove from the shrine of Gallowayne, yeah, which is up here. That's what that top was for. That lid. Very good. Gonna be able to do this without violence, maybe. We'll see. Place the totem on the altar. As you set the totem back down onto the shrine, the wind suddenly picks up, lifting powdery snow and leaves into the air. You hear the distant baying of hounds upon the breeze, and the air grows thick with the scent of and taste of copper and gunpowder. The bear carving's eyes seem to gleam, pinpoints of crimson against the sudden growing darkness. Lean shadows prowl against the backdrop of the stone altar, and for one timeless moment you feel as if you're being pulled away by a current of fear and ferocity, the thrill of chasing and the panic of being pursued. At last it releases you, and the shadows melt away under the day's light. In the distance you hear a mournful howl. Already gained 540 XP. Return to the cave. Yeah, see, this is the better way to handle this. I should always check the journal, which I do not do. And I have a habit of not doing, and I miss some finer points of quests and stuff that way. I'm sure of it, as we almost did here, just by going with, rolling with the punches, which is cool too, but sometimes you want to have a better resolution. And this looks like it will be it. Soldrin, there he is. Be cool if he's a companion. This young man nearly vanishes within his tattered furs. Both man and hide are covered in patches of grime and dried blood. His head snaps up immediately as you enter, and you find yourself on the receiving end of a fearful one-eyed gaze.
What? What's happened? Who are you?
He reaches up to touch the skin around his blind eye gingerly. Where are the other wolves?
They left. I thought they might attack me, but they ran from the cave. It was like they heard something. The hunters fled too, once the wolves were gone.
Huh.
I remember it in pieces. It's mostly darkness, but I could see. Sometimes. I think I heard someone. Wait. My father. Thiersch. Is he alive? Where is he?
He's injured but alive.
Oh, merciful gods. I don't know what to say. What you must have seen of me.
He looks to the bones scattered across the cavern floor and cringes.
I remember the taste. How can I return home after all this?
He sags. Zawa slaps Soldrin hard across the face. Soldrin looks at him with wide eyes, dumbstruck. Zawa shrugs. Usually works for me. He looks around at everyone. What? Soldrin seems to shake off the hit. Your father would have helped you if he could. He'll be glad to see you.
Do you think so? I fear he may greet me as a monster still. But then, if that is the sentence I've earned, I will accept it.
He sighs.
I will go home and beg my father's forgiveness. To you, I offer this. It is the dearest thing I own.
He lifts an amulet over his head and hands it to you. You've gained ancestor pendant.
I will tell my father what you have done for me. If you mean to return to Stalwart, perhaps you will find me there.
Hope so, Soldrin. Sounds good. Return to Thiersch.
Not a sound.
Definitely gotta look around here. Yep, there's something there. 37 stalwart bonies and Right of the Untamed Wild. But I think we're all done now with the russet wood. We have to return to Stalwart and collect on a bunch of quests. 28 golden shellings and Karok's brand, a unique wand. We'll take it. Of course, of course, of course. Nothing. Anything in the middle here? Or all the bones? No. Okay. Yeah, we'll return to Stalwart before heading out to either Durgan's Battery or the other area on the eastern side of Stalwart, which was pretty tough last time we were there. Where could we get out of here quickly? Over here. It goes to Durgan's Battery. We're going to see what those boots of speed do as well. We'll check all this stuff when we get back to Stalwart. We'll level up Manea. And all is well, kinda. In the Russet Wood, set to Stalwart Village, 8 hours. See if any of that quest was done yet. Nothing new to report. 3 turns left. Scotty's escorting. Odina is leaving. Okay, so we have to return to we have to return to Lofta, return to Thiersch, return to Aleph. Alright, let's go to Thiersch. It's way over here. See what they have to say. Should be able to make a cure maybe for Ravewald. But we might have to get other ingredients to the east here, so maybe not yet for Ravewald. Here's his home.
Sure.
Oh, they're united. Aldrin? Will take some time, but Thiersch looks up at you as you approach. Elzarian! Soldrin explained some part of what you did to save him, but I still cannot quite believe it. To think, all this time...
You couldn't have known, Father. Everything that happened, it was my doing. I tried to free myself, but
There will be time enough for that. Let us not dwell on it now.
Stranger, I never imagined I could not hope to see my son again. But you have returned him to me.
Indeed. There's no reward I can offer that will match that. But I hope you will accept this, Cloak of the Frozen Hunt. Cool. Glad to be of assistance.
You will always be welcome here. May the gods turn their gaze from you, stranger, and may your path be clear.
Long on his favor. Now completed, no? There it is, came down here for some reason. Okay, let's check the inventory now. Let's check Kurok's brand. Kurok was an Adiran noble in Raid Saris who owned 600 acres of war-lost fields. He considered himself a pious man, and his neighbors and tenant farmers knew him for his fervent devotion to Woodica. He labored alongside his tenants and kept meticulous records of production and sales, yet he was also known for his pitiless temper and his ruthlessness with shirkers. He carried a switch with him and would savagely thrash any worker he caught dawdling or lagging, yet he was a favorite of the imperial governor, and so his excesses went overlooked. One day, Widewind approached him while he was doling out an especially savage beating. Widewind, fresh from his encounter with Aethys, demanded that Kurok release his victim. When the Lord refused, Widewind asked what the tenant farmer had done to deserve such treatment. He neglects his duties in the field, Kurok replied. Every day he gathers less, yet he still enjoys the protection of my estate. Is it any wonder that your harsh treatment of the man would render him unable to fulfill his duties? Let him enjoy a week of rest. He will return to your services renewed, said Widewind. Kurok sneered. You would reward his indolence? It is my right and my responsibility to discipline him for his errors. What authority gave you such power over this man? Widewind asked. Woodica, the Oathbinder. It is she who set me above the farmer as his lord and employer, and her order that I serve in disciplining him. But Widewind persisted. Does not the quiet winter beget the fruitful spring? It is by Aethys' clemency that we enjoy rebirth in each new life and restoration with each morning. And it's Aethys' season that blesses your field. I say to you again, release this man. In his fury, Kurok turned on Widewind, his switch raised to strike. Yet the rod grew suddenly hot in his hand. He cried out, and as he held the rod, it ignited. The flame that gushed forth blinded him instantly, scarring his face in the manner of the burned queen. Kurok dropped the smoldering rod and fled to tell the governor of what he had witnessed. Wow. 10% chance to cast combusting wounds on hit or critical, that's awesome. Grants fireball 1 per rest. Pretty nice wand. It's also, well, that's it. Grants fireball and 10% chance casting combusting wounds, which does 5 burn damage over time when dealt damage for 20 seconds. And if we know fireball, which we just do not use that much, 25 to 35 burn damage, 2.5 meter radius, not that bad. But the wand itself, that's 1 per rest, fireball. Hit or critical, 10% combusting wounds. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool, but I think we're just going to stash it for now. And then we've got a flame shield potion for her. Greyjaw's hide. We didn't find anybody who's in the market for that. Sell these potions of major regen. Coil of resourcefulness. This simple belt isn't much to look at, but it's been a favorite of savvy adventurers for years. Its snug but comfortable fit and its myriad pouches, sheaths, and loops allow the wearer quick access to weapons and tools. Armorers and leatherworkers have tried over the years to replicate the coil of resourcefulness, or even to improve it, but the ideal design remains a matter of controversy. All anyone can agree on is that none of the recently produced belts are as good as the original. Every few years, however, an adventurer will show up at an inn, campfire, or hunting lodge, claiming to wear the original coil of resourcefulness. Speculation will run rampant once again as supporters and distractors compare the most recent specimen to the various and contradictory accounts from old adventurers' journals. That's pretty cool. Plus 15 trap accuracy, -1 weapon change recovery, and +1 dexterity. Weapon change recovery, that'd be good for Haravius, who just has regen, trollhide belt. I'd probably put this on him, honestly. The dexterity's not going to work. So all he's getting is -1 weapon switching speed. That might be just what he ordered. And 1 endurance every 3 seconds, like, that's barely any endurance at all in a fight. Say he takes 24 hit points of damage. You know, that's going to take over a minute just to restore that 24, and most battles are over by then. Like, it's not a great thing. So we'll give him the coil of resourcefulness. Bong bong. Keep that handy though, just in case. And then we have the cloak of the frozen hunt. Hunters have long made rough garments from the skins of their quarries, but this cloak is of an especially high quality. The thick, soft pelts appear to have come from winter wolves, and they provide excellent protection against cold and wind. Such a cloak would likely have been passed along several generations in a family of hunters. Plus 10% range damage, plus 6 accuracy against beasts, and 3 damage reduction freeze. That's pretty cool for our next slot. neck. He'd still get the 1 dexterity. Lose the lore and stuff, which isn't good. Overwhelming wave and recall agony. Versus bonus to range. She doesn't use ranged, like, at all. Aloth. Mind Lance and of Constitution 3. Needham's Finger. Six accuracy against beasts is nice. Who could use it though? See what's being suppressed on him. The dexterity from the coil of resourcefulness, the resolve from the Glonfoth and Alwyn, or Audra's win. So the resolve from that thing and the dexterity, he's only getting 1 perception, 2 lore from that. Can take that off and give him this. No, you can't cast that, but he can, I don't know. I don't know about that. Let's see his stats. So he gets a +6 accuracy versus beast, 10% range damage, 3 damage reduction freeze. Very nice. Very nice indeed. It's a nice 3-piece right there, and nothing is suppressed. Nada. Now we have this lore giving, 1 dex, 1 resolve, 1 perception. I'm getting perception +3. Let's see, and resolve and dexterity. Do I have anything else? Nothing that gives resolve or dexterity. Might. Look at that. Oh. So just the dexterity will be suppressed, which isn't that bad. I'll go ahead and put that on, maybe. I lose a little bit of accuracy. I gain 2 mind. I lose 4 reflex. I gain 3 concentration. Gain 1 deflection. Lose 6 interrupt. And accuracy goes down ever so slightly. And let's see what my lore is now. Should be pretty high. Let's see what's suppressed. The dexterity of that thing. That's it though. And lore is a 7, which is pretty cool. Use level 3 scrolls, so okay. Bong bong, mashallah, trollhide belt. Probably just stash that. Then we've got Lilith's Shawl, 3 perception and aura of stealth. 3 perception would be nice for you. Only takes your accuracy up 1. 3 perception or 3 dexterity is the question. Ooh, takes her accuracy up 2. But her speed goes down, of course. Let's see. +1 perception on the spider fingers are suppressed, duplicated. So maybe give them, let's see who we can give them to. Dex +2. She can get the Dex +3. I think I have this figured out. We'll have to get rid of Overwhelming Wave. Dex +2 gloves can go. gloves for her, actually. Only the perception is suppressed. Very nice. Bong bong. And now we've got Dexterity 2 gloves, Heal, and Dexterity 1 gloves. The Overwhelming Wave cloak. Perception +3. Pallegina has no gloves. Wait, Pallegina can use Dexterity gloves, it looks like. Yeah. Give her the +2 Dex gloves. Oh, she gonna be nasty. These are serious upgrades, son. 2 Dex, nice. Now we've got Spider Fingers. Spider Fingers, we can give them to Minea. The Dex will cancel out, but she'll get Restore Light Endurance, 18 Endurance, and an AoE. 3 per rest. Not that great, but might as well put them on, right? And we still have other 2 things. Boots of Speed. +3 move speed. Oh my gosh. I'm going to deck out Aloth with those. His constitution is suppressed anyway. Perfect. He's going to have crazy move speed. And we've got an Ancestor Pendant. Reverence for ancestors is common among many of the peoples of Ixamidil, and clans burn the remains and belongings of their loved ones, while others will pass down certain jewelry and artifacts. A few are even known to craft necklaces and bracelets from the bones and teeth of the departed. A few of the beads of this necklace also veined or are veined with something rust red in color. You feel the faint pulse of essence within it. Grants Guardian Spirit on Unconscious, 1 per encounter and 2 Constitution. Guardian Spirit plus 20% slash damage taken for 30 seconds in a foe FOE, and summons a phantom for 30 seconds once per encounter. That's awesome. When they go down, they summon that to, keep it moving. And in the meantime, they get +2 Constitution. Oh boy. So let's see. Aloth has those. And Mind Lance, which he already has as a spell. I think. Does he have Mind Lance? He has Necrotic Lance. Same idea. This is even better than Mind Lance. Alright, so you lose 1 Constitution, but gain that Guardian Spirit. Take him down to 172. I don't know if I want to do that. Let's leave that on. Guardian Spirit and Constitution +2. He's got the Rufex Watchful Cloak MK2. Observant. 2 enemies needed to flank. 2 Perception. She's got Perception +3. Which takes her to a 63 with the S-Stock. Otherwise, she's a 60. Yeah, 63. Negative 3 Dexterity, Aravius. Cloak with the Frozen Hunt. Aloth. And I have this lore giving thing. It's Glonfoth in peace. It's very tempting to get that Constitution. Fortitude goes up 4 to 77. Reflex goes down 2. Will goes up Well, will goes down 2. But endurance goes up 15 big points. Plus, again, when he goes down, a phantom appears, and foes in a radius for 30 seconds take 20% or deal or receive 20% more slash damage taken. Huh. It's probably better than this lore thing. Lore thing is cool. Perception, resolve, and dexterity. I'm not getting any of that right now. So raising my stats would be good. I get dexterity, okay. But I'm not getting perception or resolve. And I'm not sure anyone else could use that either. So I think we're at the end of the line with that line of upgrading. Or. Now it takes them from 180 to 156. So this will just keep handy, and that's everything. The swaddling sheet, Fulvano's boots. We'll save these for other peeps. And the Great Child's Hide. Many key robes. Yeah, we'll go with a little bit of Constitution for our 2 peeps here. And stash that lore-giving item. Very cool. So lots of cool magical stuff found that episode. Is there so?
Welcome. What can we do for you?
No. Alright, let's go report some more peeps in the town. Trying to keep my eyes open, guys, because I'm so sleepy for this episode. Hope you guys don't mind a little bit of slowness, more than usual. Temple of Andra, probably going to be a fight here to get the spirit whipped up. So let's come down here. Confront Lofta. Moment of truth with Lofta. And the Andra peeps.
They'll never know
And
I'm
here we
here.
go. Lofta. A quick save right here. You returned. How may the goddess help you? I heard that worshippers of Barath visited you recently. Little happens around here that doesn't end in the mouths of villagers, but we're obliged to assist everyone regardless of their faith. A group of women came to us, yes. Their leader wanted to know of Durgan's battery. I obliged and pointed them in its direction. They left as quietly as they arrived, which didn't make us any less concerned about their true intentions. This place has grown dangerous enough already. I found your chest. They were filled only with rocks. I see. No use in keeping this charade any longer, is there? Our group springs into action. The sounds of unsheathing blades fill the room. Lost an item, empty gift bearer chest. But we shouldn't act so rashly. She holds a hand up. The thieves keep their weapons pointed at you. We've been pretending, yes, but is this so different from what Andra's priests do? Villagers and travelers give us things they want to forget. We make them disappear. Isn't that the same thing? We aren't murderers, and we prefer to be as far away from this cursed place as we can. Laughter gestures at her accomplices. Why make a bloody mess out of this? I'm willing to help you look the other way. She fixes her eyes on you. What do you propose? A simple deal. You keep our little secret to yourself, and we share some of our offerings with you before we slip away. Quexitel brought back the dwarf's heirlooms. You can have them, too. I don't want anything from you, but I won't throw you to those villagers either. She stiffens her back. A benevolent spirit. We won't wait for your mood to change. Her accomplices put their weapons away and begin to gather their belongings. Laughter points to a large chest in the room. Quexatel brought back the dwarf's heirlooms, but consider them a parting gift. The thieves, packed for the road, form a single line like priests on a pilgrimage. Lafta cracks the door open and peeks outside. She signals the thieves to start their escape and gives you one last glance. This time, we move on. The door closes behind her. Cool. So we didn't get all their fine gear and stuff, but that's okay.
On the hunt.
We get to keep their offering jar here. With 34 alds, 26 fennings, and 19 swollen. And we've got a chest right here, thick iron key. With a Okran's heirloom. This medallion, an heirloom of Okran's family, features an intricate design of interwoven silver and copper strands that coil around a central disc of bloodstone. Its surface, though polished to a perfect finish, has been carved to hold 14 small emeralds in place. While Okran values this exquisite heirloom for its sentimental worth, it's clear that it would be otherwise command considerable market prices. And White Crest armor, unique heavy armor. While its original bearer's name has been lost to the ages, the famed White Crest armor features in many tales of a dwarven adherent of Andra whose blows struck his enemies with all the overbearing power of the sea. The armor's weight was much that the warriors described as moving as if through shallow water, but foes, believing themselves to have the advantage of speed, often found they could not outrun the warriors' lightning spells. 50% recovery speed, but exceptional. Grants overwhelming wave once per rest and dancing bolts one per rest. -1 move speed. I thought it'd be +1 move speed. Pretty nice damage reduction though. 20 pierce, 20 slash. Dancing bolts does 15 to 25 shock damage. 3-meter radius. 16 damage reduction. Oh my gosh. It's worth 900. Return the medallion. Does anybody want to use that? It'd be an upgrade in some ways for you, sir. Defense against prone. Damage reduction. Yeah, that's gonna make a nice upgrade for Aloth. As we put this on him. It looks like Wong Wong, his damage reduction goes to 19. Looking good too. Slashing goes to 28, up 6. So does piercing. Goes up 7 to 28. Shock at 11 though. And crushing and freezing go to 19, which is down a little bit. Down 3 and 1 respectively. And corrode goes up 5 to 19. So do we want to we definitely want to use it. This we can keep in the stash. We want to enchant it though to be even better. Can't make it exceptional, it's already exceptional. We can go like might +2 on it. And maybe shock. Proofed. Giving him absolutely no weakness in armor. Let's see, do we want might on it? That's the question. We could get perception. No, we want might on it. Yeah, might. He's lacking in a bit of might. So go might +2. Last diamond, a pilgrim's crown, and a primal wind and 1,000 copper, but it's so worth it. Oh, and I don't know if we're going to be able to get a proofing in, but we'll see. Bong bong. Perfectly timed with the music there. Of might 2, and let's see. Shockproofed. A jasper, golden celery, spear spider leg. 3 damage reduction in shock. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go shockproofed. Bonk bonk and chant. Now this thing is worth its weight in gold. Huge defensive stats, damage reduction. 2 might, 3 damage reduction. He's gaining 1 might. Oh, he loses the move speed, but he's got the boots of speed on. So he's got that move speed. 2 points of might only give him 22 to 31. That's weird. And let's see how that movement speed goes. Plus, where is it? +3 move speed. Let's say. Aloth's been knocked out 30 times. Tied with Elzarian for the most times knocked out. Also the longest in the party, so that makes sense. Weapon focused Noble, weapon focused Peasant. So either which way he's Gucci. 83 accuracy, that's crazy. 74 is crazy. Alright, Bong Bong. Huge upgrade for Aloth, I love it. Let's go give the, well, let's level up Medea. Or Menaha. And give her survival. Savage Defiance Barbarian ability. The Barbarian channels his or her owner of Irrepressible Determination, regenerating a large amount of endurance. Plus 149 endurance instantly, once per encounter over 13.8 seconds. Blooded causes the Barbarian to lash out when in pain, granting a bonus to damage for as long as his or her endurance is below 50%. They gain 25% damage when that happens. Wild Sprint, speed instant, 3 per rest, becomes able to charge with reckless abandon, allowing him or her to ignore the movement stop of engagement and gain bonus to all defenses against disengagement attacks. Interesting. Threatening presence. Barbarian's mere presence becomes so intimidating to fill all approaching enemies with nauseating dread. As long as the barbarian's stationary, nearby enemies may be sickened. Barbaric Shout lets out a dreadful shout, terrifying enemies in the area of effect. 2 per rest. Terrifies them in an 8.85 meter radius. A huge radius terrifies them in. Bloodlust imparts unquenchable bloodlust to the barbarian, increasing his or her speed temporarily in battle once he or she personally downed at least 2 enemies, 20% attack speed for 9 seconds. Vengeful Defeat exacts a final revenge when the barbarian is reduced to 0 endurance, causing him or her to perform instant carnage full attacks at everyone in range. So dying effects now becoming pretty cool. Heart of Fury. Barbarian swings viciously in a lightning quick flurry, taking on all comers. Each equipped weapon attacks every nearby enemy, doing extra damage and inflicting carnage if applicable. Once per encounter, area of effect 2 meters, they take full attack and plus 25% damage for those attacks. Accuracy versus deflection. That's awesome. I like that. Speed is average. Eye of the Storm. The barbarian cannot be engaged by enemies that are more than one level lower than him or her. It does not prevent the barbarian from being attacked in melee. Self cannot be engaged by enemies more than one level below self. And Blood Third. After killing an enemy, the barbarian's recovery is waived, allowing them to attack again immediately. Self recovers immediately after an enemy is down. Pretty cool, but I'm going to take Heart of Fury, I think. Swings viciously in a lightning quick flurry. Hitting, taking on all comers. Each equipped weapon attacks every nearby enemy, doing extra damage and inflicting carnage if applicable. I think we'll do that. Terrified is good and all, but whoops, Blooded. Yeah, I think we'll go with Heart of Fury. We have to use that at any point in the encounter. When surrounded by a bunch of enemies, it attacks all of them. That's awesome. Heart of Fury. Very nice. Now let's go give Ocarin his pendant. His medallion. I'm going to hit my water bottle, guys. Bear with me. Mouth is dry.
And then you hit your own father?
Not I. That was Isilmir.
Yeah, but you're the same person.
Flying cock's feathers to that!
I see your point.
Flying cock's feathers. Alright, let's talk to Ocarin. I hope you got good news. I know where the gift breakers cast your heirlooms away. Did you find them? What of the medallion? I have your medallion. Let's see it. The dwarf draws a smile under his bristly beard. Here it is. Ocarin takes the medallion gingerly in his palms, taking care not to smudge it with his dirty fingertips. Yes, it's her medallion. He smiles and manages to pull his attention back to you. You've done good here today, I swear. If I had a kingdom's treasure to give you in return. Oh, I also found your armor. No. I also found your armor. I don't need it. Don't know what I'd do with it. He nods. Keep it. More luck to you. Nice. Plus 1,200 copper. He turns around and walks away, looking not at the path ahead, but at the precious heirloom clenched in his hands. Even so, the stride of his short legs seems filled with confidence. Very nice. Does indeed seem filled with confidence. Strutting. Okay, another quest down. Let's head. Let's see. Still have to continue to get to know Durance more. Return to Hofric. I have both of the ingredients Hofric asked for. Okay. Travel up the mountain. Return to Aleph. Okay, those are both in the Grave's Rest. Pretty awesome episode, I'd say. I voice is a little chain smoking. My voice is a little scratchy because I've been kind of chain smoking, but it is what it is. I tend to do that when I'm tired. Let's go report to Hoffrick. Give him the ingredients.
Back to warm your hands, eh? What can I do for you?
I found the ingredients you asked for.
Still say a little hardship ought to put some sense into that man. But if you're set on giving him a hand, so be it. Give that here.
Gave the ice troll hearts and river reed.
There. Get him to down that and he'll be right as rain. And you can tell him he owes you one. I would have let him stew for at least a year or so.
Wow. Thank you, 684 XP. And then we'll return to Aleph, saying you're not being hunted anymore by slave masters. Here you go, Reynold.
You have to help me. Ugh, I can't stay like this.
Give him the antidote. Here, Hafrick says this ought to do it.
Really? Oh, Anta bless you. Give it here, please.
Lost the bubbling antidote.
Ugh, frothy. Hey, you did it. I can feel again.
He prods at his forehead and sticks out his tongue.
Oh, thank you. You're a saint among kith, and I owe you one, I know it. I would have ended up a leper. Havrick never did have any sense of proportion.
Right?
Hey, here. Now that my hands are working again, I've been stitching this together for a while. Least I can give you, really.
Pilfer's grip.
And now I'm going to stand here and breathe for a little while.
Okay, another quest done. Pilfer's grip is for hands. Thieves often favor gloves, boots, and other clothing that makes them nimbler and stealthier. Gloves like these are smooth and tight-fitting, and the leather pads over the fingers and palms help the wearer grip anything: an arrow ledge, a priceless goblet, a razor-sharp dagger more easily. Minus 10% armor speed penalty, plus 1 dex. Those are sweet. For the hands, which we can maybe give to them to you. His armor penalty is 50%. Takes it to 40%, but he doesn't his recovery speed, the amount of time that a character spends between actions, longer actions result in proportionally longer recovery. Armor also has a large effect on recovery. Generally, heavier armor inflicts longer recovery penalties. The only ones that are really going to benefit from that, Zawa doesn't have any other actions that he does except really attack. So someone with a lot of actions would get a better benefit from that. Like Aloth or Haravius. But plus 2 might, 1 constitution. And I have these denial, warning gloves, which are really good. Let's give them to Haravius, maybe. No more 2 might, 1 constitution. But he will gain 15% recovery speed. Yeah, that's awesome. And Dex 1. He's probably getting Dex 1 somewhere else. Yep. Coil of resourcefulness. Trap accuracy. Weapon change recovery. That's fine. That is 1 dexterity is just 1 and not 2. Because one of them be suppressed. Dex. Everything else seems legit. No more suppression. Looks good. And these plus 2 might constitution 1s. We give to Mena or Menea. She loses light restore in an AoE and perception 1. It gains might 2, and she's already got something for might. The Girdle of Magifolk might. Oh dear. We give the girdle up easier. Tenacity and hardy. Yeah, let's give up the magical might. So she actually loses 1 might. Dex plus 2, prone reduction. And we'll get rid of her newly acquired Riona's Buckle. Loses 5 accuracy while endurance below 50% and 20 defense against disease and poison. But will gain 3 might. Really? I don't know. She's not going up that much. 6 in fortitude. Let's see what's suppressed here. Nothing. She's getting the full 3 might. And her damage went up to 23 to 33. From 22 to 31. Very nice. And the tenacity hardy can go to someone else. Stash it. And these gloves, spider fingers, can go to somebody else. We have got a heck of a lot of good magical items. Lavender and Light completed. Okay, let's see how long we've been playing. 1 hour, 1 minute. Time is flying by. We'll check Lavender and Light next time. Actually, we should probably check it before it disappears. Joining 5 other Eastern Reach mercenaries, Grieving Mother became a passenger on an Almaua longship. Swift and full of weapon-bearing sailors, the ship came into regular conflict with pirates during the pursuit of Tama's kidnappers. Eventually, Grieving Mother and the crew spotted the Valian caravel holding Tama, and were able to overtake it before it reached open water. With grapples and a fair share of acrobatics, the mercenaries and Almaua sailors boarded the caravel with Grieving Mother in tow. The battle on the ship's deck was so thick with pistol fire that the smoke made it difficult to tell friend from foe. In the confusing melee, Grieving Mother came face to face with the pirate captain. In the subsequent scuffle, the longship collided with the caravel and sent it lurching. The captain slid down a length of the deck and was knocked overboard by a poorly secured cannon. With their leader sinking beneath the waves, the remaining pirates quickly surrendered or dove into the water in an attempt to escape to a nearby island. Upon Tama's return, his friends and family held a huge feast to honor him, Grieving Mother, and everyone else that helped save him. 4229 XP, 1 major item, 1 average item. Soothing, irritating lavender wreath. This beautiful lavender wreath was a gift from the famed Almaua apothecary Tama Watua. He made it at a feast after you rescued him from Valian mercenaries in the Deadfire Archipelago. Despite the age of the lavender, it still smells fresh. Immune to sickened, but irritating. Characters sicken themselves for 4 seconds. So you get sickened, but you're immune to sickened. Goes on the head. Interesting. But I want to thank you guys for joining me. We're going to wrap it up here. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. We're going to head back out to the next map, which either is Durgan's Battery. Oh, we have to tell Aloth too. That, he's no longer hunted. Or we'll go to Long Watch Falls next time. Or Durgan's Battery. So hope to see you guys then. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please like, comment, subscribe. 1 second, guys. Bear with me. Quick PSA also. After like, commenting, and subscribing, if you want to help the channel in an even bigger way, you can become a member. Info is in the description along with the links for it. Feel free to check that out. And I hope to see you all next time. Pretty awesome stuff. We got some good quest completion. We got some serious upgrades in a way that it's getting hard to upgrade because we have such good items. But more to come. Hope you guys will join me for that. Until then, be well, live well, stay well. Much love, peace, and joy. Sorry if this episode was a little slower than usual for me. I was dead tired. But hopefully next episode is better in that regard. So see you guys then. Ciao for now.